I found this season to be the less stressful season yet for Mythic Plus. The lack of a Valor cap has made me not feel guilty about spending Valor, and it's had me looking forward to getting gear after finishing KSM. Yeah, same.
Nice.
Same. That's the impact that it's had. Like, just the fact that,
bit, yeah.
you know what, it finally feels like Valor works as vaguely intended. And I know it's kind of crazy to think about it that way, but it's literally true. Since they added Valor back into the game in 9.0.5 or whenever it was, you couldn't use it until you got the thing that would be best. And then you could only use it in that. So it didn't feel like it was a part of your gearing up journey. It just felt weird, you know? And even then, the way that they had Valor as a catch-up with those like equipment boxes you could buy for Valor, and then it's like, okay, cool, so I'm spending a seasonally capped resource on a random box? Excuse me? This is insane. Whereas like now, oh, those make complete sense in the current conception of Valor. So, yeah. Significantly better, I think, and I'm feeling similar. Donut sent a member message. I wonder if they're future-proofing for when they open up Draktyr for more classes. See, that one's hard to know. It would legitimately be a whole bunch extra work for them to do that.
Yeah.
Just because of the animations.
Yeah, which brings you to the whole conversation of...
But it would be a feature.
They spent an awful lot of time for one class. Gotta be a little bit more efficient in future if you're thinking about that stuff. Please, because you need efficiency to have good content. You can't be going, this will be cool, we'll push through the bullshit and the problems to make it happen. There's a time for that, and there's also a time for how can we efficiently deliver as much like production, as much content to people as possible.
Yeah.
And there's kind of like there's clearly doing that in a bunch of ways, especially with season 4 and, time walking existing and them talking about pushing that further. But there's a little bit of that kind of, you have to think about how your players think and feel more than what they do, because how they think and feel is going to impact whether they buy your game and how they talk about your game. Because, the last thing you want is people who fucking hate World of Warcraft, play the shit out of it, don't really enjoy playing it because they feel like they're psychologically hooked or they're coerced into playing it, and then they've nothing but a bad experience out of it. That'll be good for your metrics, but it won't be very good for your overall health. So it's like, that's a case of you have to win the PR battles as well as the actual battles. And that's very fucking difficult to do. It's very hard to win on both fronts, but you can't have to. And that's where like, hey, we've made these cool new dragon classes. And they're one class and there's no tank. So, whoops. Oh, sorry, you're a tank main for your group. Sorry, you can't play the new class. You can't play the new race. Because we only made them capable for this healer and tank. Or healer and DPS. So there's little bits of little kind of things like that. You would hope that someone in the office, when they're like discussing these things or doing it remotely or whatever else, are going, hey, actually, I think we're missing something here fairly important. And there's a good chance they were onto that and then talked through it and said, no, we think this is worth it. But as we currently sit, I would personally disagree that was worth it. Versus, fuck it, let's make it also be, one or two other classes or put a tank spec in or something. That's kind of something I would maybe say would be cool. Maybe worth the effort, but I hope they're having those conversations internally, because it's the shit I'm thinking about and going, oh fuck, terrible. But yeah.